once again. We're out here. We're in nature, baby. Woo! Breathing in that beautiful, good-ass prana. Are you being held back by your past? It's like, come back here. And you're like, no, thank you. But it's trying to pull you back. How to stop past regrets. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? We got a question that came in. How can I let go of the past and move forward? Let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. You see, sometimes I sit in nature and I think back and say, oh my goodness gracious. Because what's your past like right now? I want you to think on your past. Now, what comes up? A lot of my past, a lot of great things come up. But there's always one tiny thing I'm like, oh my gosh, why did that have to happen? So I'm going to share with you what's helped me along my journey. The 10 breakthrough solutions to stop past regrets and start flying, right? Because that's what we're here to do, really. Number 1. Whatever's happened has happened, I'm afraid. Deal with it. I don't want to deal with it, Ralph. That was me along my early journey. I have worked in a lot of shoddy jobs. And for a long time, I was preventing myself from becoming my greatest version, hanging around with people, not living a lifestyle I'm living right now. But if I think back and say, gosh, actually, I shouldn't have done that. I could have done that. I would have done this. What does that change? You see, we often think that if we think longer on a problem, it's going to change it. But thinking doesn't actually change things, only radical action. So what's helped me along my journey is to say, okay, yeah, a lot of my past isn't the best, but a lot of it is. You see, it's always a matter of what you focus on when dealing with the past. Slow motion that side. Can I get a hello? A lot of us, we only focus on not being good enough at that period. But right now, we're totally different. Okay, so what's helped me is to realize that whatever's happened has happened. My only concern right now is, where am I? I'm in nature, baby. And there is only right now. What's the second breakthrough solution to stop past regrets and move forward? It's not our past that irritates us. It's our reaction to the past. Slow motion that side. Do you know that a lot of people are irritated not by the past, but what the past brings out of them? That feeling, let's say a relationship didn't go the way you planned, maybe you missed a job opportunity, maybe you're just sad about something. Okay, it's how you're reacting that's irritating you. It's not the actual situation. Okay, how we react to a situation literally has the power to change the situation itself. And that's what's helped me along my journey. Sometimes I say, goodness gracious, I wish I had known about becoming my greatest version earlier. But actually, I'm like, it's all served me in the process. I needed to go through all of what I went through to really appreciate what I have right now. Okay, so it's about how you react. If you think about something, because a lot of the times I'm out in nature and I think back and say, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But then I look at my body, I observe my body and say, whew, breathing that good ass prana, baby. Who cares? Like, who cares? Just go like that. It's done. But right now, it's a new day. Okay? What's the third breakthrough solution that's helped me along my journey? You see, there are only 3 reasons why a lot of people can't move past their past. And this circulates around a lot of people. they say, I missed opportunities. The second one, I didn't love people enough. Sometimes we're in relationships, we don't really appreciate that person. The third one, people say my behavior was terrible. I'm ashamed of myself. So what happens? They actually start turning in on themselves. Sometimes they start drinking. They start not serving themselves to the greater good. Now, what's helped me along my journey? If we go with missed opportunities, okay, what's the solution for this? Well, right now it's a new day, so you've got lots of opportunities. No excuses. Second one, I didn't appreciate people. Well, you got a phone, right? Go through the contact list and call every single person on that phone right now. Even the cat down the road is like, go and do it, right? Every single day I realize that now, because I can really do whatever I want every single day, I'm actually spending a lot more time with family and friends, and I'm making time. A lot of people say I don't have time, but you do. It's just a matter of priority. So what's helped me along my journey is to say, you got to appreciate people. I appreciate my mentor, because if you don't appreciate people, once again, people aren't always going to be there. Trust me. So appreciate people who help you every single day. Say thank you. Thank you, nature. And my behavior was unacceptable. Now, in my past, I say, because I'm always evolving. There are always things I'm working on. I'm not perfect. At the same time, I know how much I've done, which has helped people, millions of people. So I always focus on that. If my behavior in the past, if I say, gosh, Ralph, you shouldn't have done that. What I immediately do, solution, is to say, okay, but I can learn from it. I'm going to reverse that karma, right? And I did this one day because what happened was I started to realize that a lot of the times we just spend money, okay? And then I realized, actually, I could actually give some money away. Because I would just walk past people sometimes and I say, wait a minute, I could actually give something to them. Maybe buy them a meal. Okay, so important. But there were times where I would just walk past people. Then I would go and spend so much in Whole Foods. And I'm like, wait a minute, that person could have used $1. So how I reversed the karma was to say, okay, if I see a person that might need a meal, let me just buy a meal for them, right? Random act of kindness. That's how to reverse karma. Once again, you make peace with your past. Slow motion that side. What else? Talk to me, Ralph. The fourth breakthrough solution, what's helped me is to realize this. Today is a new day. Every day is a new start. Now, we don't really realize this. You see, a lot of us, subconsciously, listen very closely, we are trapped in our past due to our environment. That's why it's not a new day, because you're still in the same room where the regret was created. Okay? You're still in the same environment where the regret was created. So every single day, I am born again in nature. I'm in the beach, sunbathing, getting a tan. I'm in nature, baby. Woo! Breathing in that good ass chi and prana. Okay? Once you change your environment, once you go to new places, you create different memories. Neuroplasticity. Our brain changes based on our experience. But if you are always giving yourself the same experience, i.e., staying in the same environment, therefore, you're getting the same kind of thoughts which aren't serving you. So what's helped me along my journey is going to new, different places, nature places, great places, places where you just want to scream out loud, baby. Let's talk about the fifth breakthrough solution. This is what I call, you are not the same. You aren't the same level of consciousness. Now, a lot of us, once again, regret fills our bloodstream every single day. We say to ourselves, gosh, I'm so ashamed of myself. I feel guilty. Once again, guilt doesn't change anything. What's helped me along my journey was to realize my level of consciousness at the time. Growing up, sometimes I would go to clubs and I wasn't aware like I'm aware today. But I can forgive myself because I know my level of consciousness. I wasn't hip to certain information I am right now, but more so I wasn't meditating, I wasn't going into nature, I wasn't reconnecting back to my true authenticity. So when you realize that, okay, if you have a massive regret from the past, see where you were mentally, emotionally, and physically. And then you'll probably see why that happened, okay? And then laugh about it, baby. Realize that, look, there are always second chances in nature. And if you're a cat, like the cat down the road, well, you got 9 lives, baby. Okay, morph into a cat today. So what's helped me is to say, okay, my level of consciousness. A lot of us, we also can't move past the past because of other people. Then you've got to reverse that and see their level of consciousness. Okay, once again, people aren't perfect. We are evolving. We are learning, we are growing every single day, and that's what's helped me along my journey. Number 6, let's talk about the 7-day vegan challenge. Be kind, okay? What's helped me stop past regrets? When I realized, once again, all life is precious, and I've spoken about the energy transfer, that energy is never lost, only transferred. So that means, like, a lot of my life, I was just eating animals, like everything was all good, and not eating foods that were serving me. So I realized that for a long time, once I became a vegan over 11 years ago, I was really guilty about that. Because I was like, gosh, I helped contribute to the slaughter of over 64 billion animals. But then what helped me flip that around was to say, I stopped contributing to over the slaughter of 64 billion animals every single year. But more so, I'm inspiring millions of people to eat better, feel better. So once again, that's reversing karma. Okay? I'm going to open up an animal sanctuary. There are going to be like 5,000 cats down the road. Okay? How I moved past that roadblock was to say, I'm going to spend a lot on strawberries. I'm going to spend a lot on eating great foods, because there were times where in my past, I wouldn't allow myself to eat good. I would say, oh, this food is too expensive. I would buy the cheapest foods, economy. Nowadays, life is very abundant. I'm waking up every single day with a bunch of grapes in my mouth. Okay? Get the resveratrols, the antioxidants. Get the kale going, the maca going, the dandelion. Lots of herbs around here, baby. Okay, so right now, that's how I've moved past the past. I'm saying, when it comes to eating right now, life is fantastic. Just look at my plate. I'm going to show you you've seen my plate a lot of the times. What I eat. Check it out, 7-day vegan challenge, right? Lots of great foods. Now, let's talk about number 7. So following on from being kinder to yourself, that's the greatest way to move from the past, okay? And to stop having so many regrets, is to realize that the past is probably the greatest lesson. You learn from the past. If there was no past, there would be no lesson. All wisdom is founded upon lessons. Slow motion that side. Can I get a hello there? Do you know how many stories there are in the world? Because people made mistakes. Okay? So you gotta thank people for making those mistakes. Because when your parents were reading you those bedtime stories, you were getting entertained. Lessons, hard lessons in life. I've dealt with a lot of lessons. Sometimes I've acted foolishly, carelessly, recklessly. But I don't hold it against myself anymore. Because once again, I see what I'm doing right now. Okay? Inspiring millions upon millions of people. reversing karma, change my life around for the better. If you are going through something right now and you refuse to accept the lesson, you are always going to see the challenge. Let me repeat that. If you are going through something right now and you refuse to accept the lesson, you are always going to see the challenge. So I accept the lesson. I say, okay, it is what it is. Let's move forward. Let's proceed. Today's a new day. Number 8. Everything happens for a reason. How many times have people told you that and it's really annoying right now? Don't tell me that. Now, why do people say this? Because subconsciously, we know it's the truth. What helped me along my journey was to start connecting the dots. I now realize everything that I went through, everything I've gone through has led me up to where I am today. I got to thank those shoddy jobs, my irresponsible behavior. And it's going to continue to be very irresponsible, right? It's going to continue to be very irresponsible. There are no saints here, baby. This ain't the Brady Bunch. Okay? So you got to have a sense of humor. You got to realize that, okay, everything you are going through is preparing you for the next step. It's what I call coming off your righteous high horse. Now, I share a lot and it's very introspective. That's why I always say this is what's helped me along my journey. Everybody has to realize nobody has it all figured out. Even though I'm a psychologist, I inspire millions, I'm still evolving, but I realize if I can realize that it's okay. Okay, the past is okay, even if it's really grimy. Even if you want to put a blindfold on, that's fine. But realize that was meant to happen. Why? Because it did. There are no accidents or coincidences in this universe. Everything is in divine order. I accept that. I'm not in resistance to that. Powerful mantra right there. Number 9, how to stop past regrets. Talk to me, Ralph. Now, I often speak of meditation as absorbing yourself in the present moment without resistance. You see, our present is all we have. We don't have the past and we don't have the future. The present moment is where the past ends and where the future is about to begin. But you see, the past doesn't exist. Only the present. The past, present, and future are all happening simultaneously. So what helped me along my journey was to say, okay, if I want to change the past, I can actually do that in the present moment. How? How, Ralph? How can you do that? Give you an example. Let's just say in the past I had a lot of panic attacks like I did on the train, okay? I'm really ashamed of that. But actually I'm not. I'm thankful. But let's just say I'm really ashamed of that. And what happens? In the present moment, I'm feeling even more anxious. My muscles are becoming tight. I'm not satisfied. Now, if I want to change that past event, all I've got to do is take a deep breath. I release all resistance. Now, that past event doesn't even exist. I changed it in the present moment. Slow motion, that side. We can change past events in the present. Everything is happening right now. Let's talk about the last breakthrough solution. Now, a lot of us, our past is always pulling us back. How can we move forward? And a lot of us, we don't want to leave our past because it's just so beautiful. Ditto, I agree, okay? Gosh. the best is yet to come. I always remind myself, like, we aren't even this close to our full potential. We have a lot of past regrets because we think life can't get any better than it was back in the 60s, back in the 70s, back in the 80s, back in the 90s. What the hell are you talking about, baby? Life is only gonna get better. That's how I think. Why? Because I realize I'm not even this close to my full potential. Right? There's so much more work to be done. So much more beautiful things to become. Right? So much more beautiful things to become and to be done. But you see, a lot of us, we have a lot of past regrets because we're not grateful. The happiest people in the world are the most grateful. Check out even the Harvard studies on that. Right? We don't even need Harvard. We don't even need Harvard for that, baby. Just come into nature and you start feeling grateful, and immediately you feel better. Most people who have past regrets, they're never grateful. And therefore they miss the present because they're not paying attention. So they're stuck somewhere. If you aren't happy for what you have right now, what makes you think you're going to be happier for what you don't even have? So what's helped me along my journey is to say, look, I'm grateful for what I have. I can always become more. The best is yet to come. And it feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Moving forward. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters. Diving deep. Once again, stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You!